Hello friends, welcome to Towards Bliss. Few days back somebody asked me what is the difference between comparison and jealousy. So I thought let's make a video on this topic and let's see if I can help you in some way. So in this video I am going to share my opinion what jealousy and comparison are and what we can do to overcome with this emotion so that they cannot affect the quality of our lives. So first of all, I would like to start the video by saying that jealousy and comparison are like any other emotion which are given to us. So the problem is we don't know how to use them effectively so that we can use them to benefit us rather than to harm us. So it's like any other emotion which has some purpose in our lives, and we are not here to wrong them. We are not going to wrong them or reject them both, but yes, we are here to understand what these emotions do to us and how can we use them for our benefit rather than to harm us. So what is jealousy? So I would say that jealousy is a fear of losing something or fear of abandonment. So to explain this, I would like to take an example of a family. Let's suppose I have a sibling, and I have a sense that because of this sibling, I will lose my position in this family, or this sibling is getting more attention. My parents always choose him over me, something of that sort. So it's like a threat to my position in the family or in some other settings. So let's suppose if it's in a professional setting, you may feel like, okay, this colleague of mine is more close to the boss, so I may lose my position in the organization, or maybe I will not get the dues which I deserve. Okay, so it's like a fear of losing something or being abandoned just because there is a person who you feel as a threat for your position. And also like we can see this clearly in the romantic relationships. Now we come to the comparison part. What comparison is? So comparison is like we always feel that we are in a competition with somebody. So it's like so on some parameters we compare ourselves with others. So these parameters could be like traits, like possessions or the quality they have, and we compare with the person. It could be like multiple person. So let's suppose I compare my looks with my siblings, or I compare my position with my neighbors, or I compare my intelligence with my friends. So it's like there could be multiple people with whom you feel the comparison, right? And also sometimes you may feel that you are superior to them, or sometimes you may feel you are inferior to them. So I would say there is not a threat involved in this situation, because let's suppose if your neighbor is wealthier than you, so there is no threat to your position, right? But you always feel that dissatisfaction, that it's like my self-worth. I am more intelligent than this person and still I do not have that much wealth, or something like that. Okay, so what emotions jealousy triggers in us? It's like fear, and fear of abandonment, fear of losing, and also a bitterness towards the person with whom we are jealous to. And what emotions comparison triggers in us are like dissatisfaction, a sense of competition, and also like you always feel there is a lag. I do not, there is a issue with your self-worth, and also a complex in you. It develops a complex in you, the comparison. So to sum up, I would say that that in jealousy you are constant, and the other person you are with whom you are jealous to is constant. And obviously, yes, the other people in the environment, like if it is a family setting, the family members are also getting affected by the behavior of yours or the bitterness you carry, and likewise in the professional setting. And in the case of comparison, you are constant, but there are multiple people with whom you are comparing yourself. So as I said earlier as well, they could be your like siblings, your colleagues, your friends, your neighbors, or anybody, right? Or any celebrity as well. So we compare ourselves, our qualities, or our traits with our celebrities as well. And sometimes we feel that okay, we are good in this, but it's just because they got better opportunity. Or maybe we feel that okay, this celebrity is my role model and I need to work hard to reach there. So we compare ourselves with multiple people. So you are constant, and since it's you who is in the comparison mode, you are the most affected person with the comparison. Other people may feel it, but yes, it may not affect them as much. So there would not be bitterness because of the comparison. So you can always use comparison on your side by improving yourself, by setting goals which you want to achieve, while what you see in others, like what you see in others, you can always aspire to achieve that. So now we have come to the part where we will know how to deal with these blue and green monsters. Okay, so number one tip is awareness. So once you are aware that these emotions are driving you, you are getting caught up with the emotions. So this awareness will give you a breather. This will give you a stop time, a pause time, where you can reflect back. And this is the time where you know that rather than these emotions or feeling driving you, you have the power and capacity to drive these emotions. And believe me, you have. It's only about the awareness and believing in yourself that yes, you can do it, and we can do it. And I am not saying it theoretically. I have experienced it. We can. So like any other human being, I have also been through all these emotions, and I know that with awareness how I could help myself. And the second tip is know that there is enough for everybody. This universe is constantly expanding, and if somebody has something, doesn't mean that they have taken your apple pie, right? It doesn't mean that they have taken your share of whatever you deserved, right? So believe in this, that whatever is for you, whatever you deserve will come to you. If somebody has something, it doesn't mean that they have something which belong to you, right? And third is my favorite. Count your blessings. We all have something. We all have. Nobody is perfect here. Nobody has like all the goods of both worlds here. We all have some lacking in our lives. But the thing is, we always focus on what we don't have in our lives rather than what we have in our life. So always count your blessings. You are like a role model for somebody. So let me put it this way: a homeless always wanted to be poor, right? Because at least poor have something. A home or maybe a family, right? And a poor always want to be a middle class, and the middle class always want to be a rich class, and the rich class always want to have more cars, more bungalows, or whatever, right? So it's like a never ending process. We all have something. Even a homeless have a body where he can or she can feel something. They can do something. They have a life. What more can be appreciated than a life? If you are alive, you can do everything. So having a life and having a body, like a healthy body, is a thing in its own self, right? And number 4, and I cannot emphasize enough on this point, my dear souls, kindly love and accept as you are. Once you start the practice of loving yourself and accepting yourself, a door of magic will open in your life. And again, I would say, I'm not saying it without experiencing it. I have experienced it in my life, and I suggested so many souls like you to practice this in your daily life. Love yourself, accept yourself. You are the piece of the Creator. You are the part of the Creator, and you are as powerful, as magnificent as the universe is. So the universe has all the capacity, all the capabilities to do or achieve anything. So do you have. Just believe in yourself. Love yourself as you love your 5 years old kid, and see the miracles. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you soon again. Thank you so much. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.